Hi, and welcome to Mondays with Marlo. I have such a fabulous guest today. I love this woman, Bobbi Brown. She's so smart. She makes everybody beautiful, including herself. And she's got some of the greatest tips in the world, and I know everybody loves tips. So ever since we announced that we were going to have Bobbi on today, we've been getting a million questions for you.
Aww.
Everybody loves you.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, and
thanks.
they know how smart you are about all
I
this.
just think everyone wants to look pretty.
They do.
We all do. We all do.
We all do. And she just came out with her 7th book called Pretty Powerful.
Right.
We'll talk about that later. That's great. Okay, so we've got to get to these questions. We have a zillion of them. So this is from Jackie. She says, you categorize women into different styles in your book, Pretty Powerful. There's pretty radiant, pretty strong, pretty natural, among others. What category would you put Marlo in? Oh my gosh.
Well, there's more than one answer, but
Okay.
I think when I was thinking about it, I would put you in Pretty Authentic, which is a very important chapter. Some of my favorite
like
people
that.
are in there because it's not only about being confident, being beautiful, but it's about people that actually care about other people and are the nicest people. So I think just all the work you've done and all the philanthropy and what you're doing now to
thank
help
you.
women, you would be in Pretty Authentic.
Oh, I like that.
With my friend Lee Woodward.
yeah.
Has she been on?
No,
She's fantastic.
And who is she?
Oh, she's married to Bob Woodward, and she's on book tour right now.
Oh, that's
So, yeah,
great.
she's
Well,
in the
thank you,
chapter.
Jackie. Now you know I'm pretty authentic.
Woodruff, as my PR says, I always get Woodruff.
Okay, this is from Shelley H. Hi, Bobbi. I'm a huge fan. What is the message you want to get across from your book, Pretty Powerful, and the Pretty Powerful campaign on Facebook?
Well, Pretty Powerful for me is that all women are beautiful without makeup. And I really think so. I'm comfortable with myself without makeup, but with the right makeup, I feel confident, and that makes me powerful. So this book is about the transformations before and after, but mostly the stories. So it's Pretty Powerful beauty stories because everyone has a story. Whether you've been homeless, you're going through divorce, you just had a baby, or you just lost a lot of weight, we all have stories. And I think when women share each other's stories,
Right.
it's pretty powerful.
That's right. And then we learn.
And then you
so
learn,
much,
and you
yeah.
feel better about yourself.
That's right. This is from Katie. What are the 3 biggest mistakes women make when wearing makeup?
Okay, there's more than 3, but I'll give you 3. The number 1 is women that don't do anything, and they say, I'm a lost cause, I'm done. And so I see a lot of that, believe it or not. Not in the big cities, but when you get to the middle of the country. Most women wear the wrong foundation. They wear a foundation that's a different color than their skin.
Then you have the thing at the
right,
neck.
and
yeah.
it looks like a mask.
Right.
And also, a lot of women just don't wear concealer. They don't understand the power of the right corrector and concealer. Those are the 3 things.
And the places for the concealer are under the eyes.
Corrector and concealer goes under the eyes.
Right.
Now, corrector, do you even know what a corrector is?
No.
Corrector is a color that goes on under the concealer, and it gets away any kind of purple or green or darkness. It goes on the inner corner. It brightens. Concealer lightens. So concealer is 1 shade lighter than your foundation to lighten and blend it into your skin.
So you put both of those things on?
You do both. And the reason I'm very minimal with makeup, but the reason you do both is the same reason you will wear Spanx under a tight dress.
Right.
Okay? Because it just makes it look better.
Okay, we've got to get that. All right, this is from Mallory. What are your 5 essential steps for beauty?
Okay, my first step is to hydrate. So the right moisturizer, and if your skin is dry like mine, I put 2 moisturizers on. Then you do corrector, concealer. Then you do foundation, so you're evening out your skin. Bronzer to correct if you need it, which is still part of foundation. Then you define, so you define your brows, define eyeliner, mascara. Then you brighten on your cheeks and on your lips, and that's 5 things.
That's great.
That's it.
Those are the essential steps. Mallory, okay, this is from Tamara. I want to thank you. You were the first to make it easy to shop for different makeup colors from African American women. You were the first, huh?
I was the first, and I think I'm not the first person that made the makeup, but I think I made them correctly. And the way that I figured out how to do colors that are right for people's skin, because I've been a freelance makeup artist for over 30 years, and when you're doing makeup and you actually see we used to see film the next day, it wasn't digital, you'd look at the film and the photographer would say, well, make up the whole body. And I'd be like, really? That makes no sense. So I went looking for a foundation that matched skin, and there wasn't. So when I started making colors for women of color, I knew I had to have makeup that matched the whole body.
That's right, yeah.
So we have yellow tones in our skin.
Right. So you mix it.
Well, no, now I have foundations. Women only need to wear one.
Right.
Because all of my foundations are yellow toned.
Oh,
because I've never met anyone who's not yellow toned.
Yeah, I'm completely yellow.
Yeah, so, but everyone is. You know, women, I mean, the only women that are not yellow, there's like maybe 1% that live in the UK.
Right.
Right, and they never go out in the sun and they burn.
And the Irish.
Right, exactly.
My husband's face is red.
Right, but there's still yellow undertones, and the right yellow tone gets rid of the red. So it works really well.
So there you are. This is from Tracy P. Which is the best way to apply my foundation? Sponge, brush, or fingers?
All three of them. It depends what works for you. I use my fingers on myself, and I use a sponge and a brush when I do someone else. So it really depends.
Are you still doing makeup?
I do. I still do makeup.
Really?
Yeah, I got a call actually yesterday to do Mrs. Springsteen's makeup, which it didn't come through, but I was very excited.
Wow.
Again, hoping her husband would be home, just like I was wishing your husband was going to be home.
You just missed him. This is from Catherine. What really and truly helps skin look healthy and have elasticity after 50?
Well, hydrating is the most important thing. Drinking a lot of water, you know, we all lose our moisture, and you've got to hydrate from the inside out. I mean, I believe in eating healthy oils. You know, I really believe in what you put in your body helps on the outside.
What's a healthy oil?
Olive oil, avocado oil, you know, that's really good. Almond oil is good. Eating almonds is good. Don't be afraid to put a little oil on your salad. You know, women have fat-free, I don't think is good for your skin.
Right.
And also moisturize, and I layer moisturizer. I'll do a hydrating moisturizer first, then I will put a dewy, rich one. It's called, from my line, it's called Extra, but it's just a very thick cream that really does stay on and hydrates, and it makes all the difference.
It's called Extra.
Yeah, it's a line I have that I designed for myself.
Your skin looks great.
Thank you. I have a lot of moisture on, and it didn't look so good until I literally put it on. And I also put face oil on.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
For 55. Not bad.
See, look how good she looks with her own stuff on. This is from Grabby. What are your tips? Grabby, what an interesting name. What are your tips for achieving that evening glow?
Well, I really love you do black liner, first of all, to get you ready for the evening, and shimmer brick. So any kind of fun shimmer or glitter, but making sure it's not drying shimmer or glitter. So when I make shimmer or glitter, I make sure that the pearls are not white, because then it looks pasty on a lot of skin.
Right.
So that works. You could put a little shimmer on your cheek over blush. Do blush first and then shimmer. And
is the name of the product Shimmer?
We have products. We have shimmer brick. We have shimmer shadow. We have, what's my favorite eyeshadow again? The sparkle shadow. It's so much fun. That's really great. And you know, I also put oil on my cheeks sometimes at night.
Yeah, I do too. I love that. I put a little lip gloss too on my cheeks.
Yeah, that works too. I take the lipstick and I put on my cheek.
Right. This is from Yolanda. Is it better to put SPF on by itself or buy a makeup that already has it in it?
Either way, it really depends. You want to make sure you have an SPF that goes all over your face. So sometimes women put foundation on but only put a sheer amount on, so it's not covering enough. So certainly in the summer, put an SPF separately, and it could be in a moisturizer, and put your foundation on top.
Yeah, yeah. But some of that SPF is kind of chalky.
Right, you've got, some of it is really white, and I think that's, I forgot the ingredient that makes it chalky. It's what lifeguards wear when they're at the beach.
Like zinc, you mean?
Yeah, they have zinc oxide in it. So there are some products are clear zinc, and so you want to make sure one doesn't turn white on your skin.
Yeah, the ones I have always do.
Yeah.
This is from Nicole. How do you keep your wrinkles from showing when you put on your foundation?
Well, first of all, you have to make sure that any lines that we have on our face is hydrated. I mean, again, I'm going to say it every single second, hydration, hydration, because when they're hydrating, then your wrinkles look better.
Right.
And as my, Aunt Frances, who's 80, said, I love your crinkle cream. So the cream that makes your lines look better.
What is the name of your crinkle cream?
Well,
we have a lot of them.
We have a lot of them, but we have different creams depending on your skin, on your skin tone, not your skin tone, your skin texture. So if you're dry, if you're oily, but the right creams make all the difference.
Yeah, well, we can look that up on a website?
Yes, yes.
What's
definitely.
your website, Bobbi Brown?
Well, I have two. I have BobbiBrown.com, and then I also have a blog called EverythingBobbi.com where it's my fun thing. It's all of my tips and techniques and recipes, because I'm a foodaholic.
Oh, great!
Yeah.
Do you have food that you think is good for the skin?
I do. I think kale is really good for the skin. I think that salmon or any kind of fish oils are really good for the skin. And I believe in eating healthy 90% of your meal.
Right.
The 10% could be the pizzas out there.
Right.
But I always put vegetables on my pizza. And, you know, I also think a good martini or a tequila on the rocks and an espresso belongs in everyone's diet. Yeah.
This is from Aruna. What do you think are the best things to do to look youthful?
I think that a combination of exercising, you know, if you haven't exercised, start walking, take yoga. Those are the two best things, and weights. Yeah. So I do all three of those things. And also making sure that your hair is shiny. Right. Because a lot of women, when they get older, I mean, my hair is white. I have your husband's hair and my father's hair.
Who doesn't?
Right? But I mean, I've been white since I'm 25, so I've been coloring my hair for, you know, a long time.
It's pretty shiny.
It's shiny. And so I make sure that I'll even put a little bit of face oil in my hair at night just to give it a little bit of something.
Right.
Right.
And then in terms of, I think in looking youthful, it's also important not to wear too much makeup. I think that makes people look older.
Well, it's to wear the wrong makeup. Because the truth is, we all wear a lot of makeup to look like we're not wearing makeup, right? Concealer, corrector, foundation or tinted moisturizer, blush, eyeshadow, eyeliner, mascara. And I haven't even done lips yet. Right. So we wear a lot, but if it's the colors that are right for your skin, you don't look like you're wearing a lot. So that's why when you tell women to wear less, they come in with nothing. So that's not the answer.
No, that's not the answer. This is from Bernie. Bernie, what do you carry in your makeup bag if you have to go to an evening event night after work?
I actually carry a black pencil that is long wearing, so you could just throw it on in the back of a car, which is where I usually do my makeup. Again, something shimmery or sparkly to put on the inside. I have a little compact that I put my foundation in because I wear a stick foundation just to touch up around my nose, a lip gloss, and a pot rouge, and that's it.
So how much space is that
Oh,
take?
It's small. I have a very small bag. I do everything really little.
That's good. That's good. This is from Stacy. I'm considering getting some Botox for my frown lines and some fillers. What do you think about this?
I think it's an individual choice, and I think that you have to do what makes you feel good. But you have to look natural. It's really important that you look like yourself. Right. So, you know, you have to make your own decisions. And, you know, I've done little things years ago and I kind of stopped. I decided that I'm going to just let it go.
Well, you look good.
Thanks.
You really do. This is from Annette. Do you enjoy doing your own makeup or is it a task for you?
Either, both. Sometimes I enjoy doing my own if I have time and I'm rested, and sometimes I love having one of my team do my makeup. Other times I can't stand it and I want to do myself in 5 minutes. So
I would imagine somebody would be kind of intimidated to do your makeup.
Well, I have a couple regular people that are amazing artists, but you know, because we change every day, what they did yesterday doesn't always work the next day. So for me, it's a way to train them because a lot of my makeup artists are, you know, they're not even 30, so they don't understand that as we get older, things change.
Yeah, well, you should learn that. This is from Mary. What are your rules of thumb when it comes to makeup?
I just think makeup is a powerful tool to help women feel good about themselves. So my rules are, think about your style. Don't try to be the trend that's happening. But it's always good to have role models, and if you like the way someone's makeup looks, just look at it and kind of, that's how you figure out what style you are. It's the same thing with clothes. When you see someone and you say, wow, that black dress looks really nice with that scarf, that's how you get ideas. Right. So I think it's okay to look at other women. Yeah. As long as you do it nicely and don't do one of these.
No.
Yeah, which I don't.
But I think we learn. I mean, it's like looking in a magazine.
Right, it is.
You think that looks really pretty. How did they put that
Right, but
together?
a lot of things in the magazines are so unrealistic.
I know.
It's like, come on. Those girls in person look like pencils.
Well, you know, I like to look through people in style. Right. Rather than a fashion magazine.
Right, because then the actresses look like women.
Yeah.
Right.
Now tell us a little bit about the book. What are we going to learn from this book that we didn't get from the other books?
Well, the book, every single makeup there has a face chart to tell you what to do, but it's divided in 5 chapters, so you could really identify with someone who's like your style. Like the first chapter is called Pretty Natural, and I have women like Lauren Bush who looks amazing without makeup, but the teeniest bit makes a difference. Yeah. So then you've got, you know, the Pretty Bold chapter with Estelle is in the book. And this just because you turned it. Estelle is in the book, and she's with Bold. This is actually my PR person who's not here today, so we'll show her picture. That's Alexis, and it just shows the power of corrector concealer. Yes, I see. She is always my great, model for corrector and concealer.
Yeah, she has very dark stuff under her eyes.
Right, and we all do.
Yeah, but those of us, I mean, I'm Lebanese, and we have it more than others.
And this is an athlete. This is the Pretty Strong chapter, and she's a professional basketball player. Her name is Alana Baird, and she's a Nike athlete. And you know what? Even women in sports like makeup.
So what you're teaching us is that all different kinds of women and colors, and
it works. It works for anyone. And then if you go to the Bold chapter, now let's see. You've got Rachel Roy, who's a fashion designer, who loves a smoky eye.
Who's gorgeous. I love smoky eyes.
Who's gorgeous.
What's a good thing for smoky eyes?
You know what? You need two things. You need a black pencil or a brown pencil, and you need some medium shadow, and you layer it. You start lighter, and then you go darker.
I love that look.
Yeah,
it's really
a lot of women love the look.
Yeah, it is. It's very sultry.
Yeah, but these are also stories. There's a woman in there who wrote a book called Breaking Night from Homelessness to Harvard. She is my idol now.
Wow.
She was homeless, brought up by drug-addicted parents, homeless, lived in the street, got herself back to high school, somehow got all A's, and somehow won a contest through the New York Times to pay for 4 years of college. She went from homelessness to Harvard.
Wow.
And she's a motivational speaker, and she's amazing.
I bet she is.
She's amazing, and she's basically has taught me the saying, so what, now what?
That's great.
And it's really true.
Now what is the motto of our website?
Oh, really? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, now this is from Shelby. How do you get a good finish with the powder and foundation you make? I can't get it right.
Well, you need to make sure it's right for your skin type. So if your skin is oily, you'll wear a foundation that's right for oily skin. And if your skin is dry, you'll wear a foundation that's right. So I can't give you specific, but I spend a lot of my time training my artist at counters. You can always go to a Bobbi Brown counter. It's free. You don't have to buy anything. And they will look at what you have and see if it's working, or else, suggest something that works.
And then if you're using the one that's right for your skin, then you will get it right.
Right, then you will get it right. Maybe you need a different moisturizer with it. So it really does, it depends.
Yeah. This is from Gail. How do you deal with acne and pimple breakouts? I'm in my 30s, and I still have occasional breakouts. Anything you can recommend, and should I wear makeup to cover it, or does that clog my pores? There's some makeup that says it has treatment in it.
Well, it's important if you do have those breakouts, don't wear a foundation that covers the whole face. Wear a natural foundation and find something to cover just the breakout parts. We have a touch-up stick that will do that, and you want to make sure it's the same color as your skin.
And does the touch-up stick have medication in it?
It does. It has a little tea tree oil and things, but mostly it's about cleaning your face at night. And a lot of the breakouts are hormonal, and they're also people eating bad food. So if you are someone that, doesn't drink water and doesn't eat a lot of vegetables, your skin are probably going to be more prone to breakout.
Right.
And this is a beauty expert talking, not a doctor.
And well, some of the things, oily foods, fried foods, have got to cause
well,
it.
we know it's not good for anything.
Right.
It's really about, everything in life is about common sense. So the bad food out there that tastes good is probably not good for your heart, your waistline, for anything, your skin. So just do it in moderation.
That's the next question from Carrie. What food is bad for your skin?
Well, junk food is bad, and anything that dehydrates you. So if you're someone that drinks 10 Coca-Colas a day, not a good thing.
Yeah, no.
So, you've got to be really careful.
And the food that is good for your skin are the veggies.
Yeah, the veggies are great for your skin, and, the oils, as I said, and drinking water. Things to hydrate.
Right, good. This is from Dee Dee. What are some simple tricks to deal with skin drying up in the winter? This is everybody's problem.
Right. Well, you can put a body lotion on when your skin is damp. Also, don't be afraid of oil. Now, in any moisturizer, it's water and oil. So a lot of women say, oh, I could never put oil on my skin. You know what? I sometimes will go downstairs and I'll get coconut oil and I'll put it on my skin. Or I'll put, olive oil I don't choose because it smells very fragrant.
I like Aveeno oil. I put that on in the shower. It's really, Aveeno is a good product.
Right. I don't know that product, but I like a thicker oil, and I'm not sure, that might be a thinner oil, but I love a thicker oil because you don't need a lot of it, but it just kind of coats the skin.
Coconut oil, that's a good idea.
Coconut oil is really nice.
This is from Lisa. Age spots on the face. What's the best way to cover them, and can you get rid of them?
Well, the only way to really get rid of them is to get them zapped by a dermatologist, because there are, and we even make products that lighten the spots. But for some stubborn spots, you really need to get them zapped off. It's easy,
Is zap a laser?
It's a laser. It's a little expensive. It hurts for a second, but it really does, does the trick. But in order for makeup to get rid of them, you put a lighter, like you could start with your corrector, then put your concealer, then put your foundation on. Because first you have to counteract the color, then you have to lighten it, and then you have to bring it up to the same color of the skin.
When you put a corrector and then a concealer and then a foundation, aren't you like, don't you have something like that big under your face?
No, you make sure that it's really good texture. Like, you know, being a makeup artist and being a woman who doesn't like a lot of makeup, my makeup textures don't feel like makeup. And that's what a lot of women say to me. It doesn't really feel like I have a ton of makeup on.
Oh, yeah. Because sometimes you see that cakiness.
Yeah, when it's, if it's cakey, it's too dry, and it's probably too white and pasty.
Yeah, white.
Yeah.
Like an owl.
Yes.
This is from Lori. Makeup application tips for the 40 to 50 crowd. Makeup application tips.
Right. Well, what we do is once a year we do at Counter, it's called Makeup Facelift. And I teach women how to use makeup to lift. So you do corrector, concealer, which brightens, and that is humongous. And women have got to learn how to put the corrector and concealer on the inner corner of the eye, not just underneath, because we get darker up there.
Right.
So you do that, and then you plump the skin, and whether that's moisturizers and a foundation, so that's lifting. And then when you do your eyebrows, you lift a little bit. You line your eye, use your eyeshadow, you lift. So it's just about lifting and then adding back color.
I like
we get washed
lifting.
Out. We lift everything. Our bra, we lift everything as we get older, right?
I like that. That's very good. This is from Marianne. Where do you stop in terms of applying makeup? Should you apply foundation to your neck and your chest?
Well, Marianne, if you ask that question, it's the wrong color. Because the right color foundation, you could put around your nose and walk out the door. You could just even out your skin and you're fine. The wrong color foundation you have to do everywhere, and then where do I put it?
Right.
So I would say get a new color foundation. The only way to buy a foundation is you should try it on the side of your face. If it blends in, try it on your forehead. If it blends into both, it's perfect. If it doesn't blend in, is it too dark? Is it too light?
Right.
So you have to match both places because we're often darker on our foreheads.
Sometimes you're darker on your nose.
Right, from being in the sun.
Yeah, and from the sunglasses.
Exactly.
So then you have to have a second color, I guess.
Sometimes women have two colors, and when you're in between, you mix them both.
Yeah.
But at least if they're both the right tone, they'll both work.
They'll work. This is from Karen. As a natural redhead, and with red being a popular hair color, why do I still have to search endlessly for products that are compatible with my skin and hair? Example, auburn eye pencils, medium brown auburn mascara, lip colors, etc. Is that true?
Well, it is harder to find, and the reason is because it's not as common as brunettes. You know, brunettes are the most common, blondes are second, and redheads and women with salt and pepper hair, you know, are less. So yes, when you see those colors, you should probably buy a couple of them. We absolutely do colors.
Well, you're very famous for your colors.
I am, and thank you, I should say instead of I am. But being a makeup artist who's worked in magazines for years, I understand the different types of coloring, so I make sure that I always have colors for everyone.
Somebody told me, in fact it was a makeup artist, told me that you started by just doing 1,000 colors of lipstick, and you really impressed everybody.
Well, I started with 10 colors lipstick, so you know the story kind of gets. But I started with 10 lipsticks, and I started at Bergdorf Goodman 21 years ago on a small table. I was a freelance makeup artist. I had just had my first child. I had no idea what I was doing. And
you must have known something about color.
I knew, well, my inspiration were colors that look like lips, more natural looking colors, because all the makeup back then, if you remember, you'd have to mix 4 things to get a color you liked.
Right.
You couldn't find a nice pink, a nice orange, so that's how I started.
Yeah, and now how many color lipsticks do you
I
have?
don't even know.
Now you have 1,000.
Now we have a lot. We have a lot.
Okay, this is from Charlotte. My face perspires so much. Is there any suggestion for keeping on makeup? Powder shows wrinkles, so what do you suggest? It's awful not being able to keep my makeup on.
Well, there are some long-wearing makeup out in the market. It's got to work with your skin type. So if your skin's really dry and you're perspiring, probably from hot flashes, you know, instead of putting powder every time you perspire, get what are those called, those pads? What are they? Blotting papers. You just get blotting papers and first take away the perspiration. Because if you keep putting powder over the perspiration, it's going to get really thick.
And is a blotting paper something you buy in a makeup store?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. It's not used for ink or something.
No, it's not used for ink.
It's a regular.
Yeah, because if you used a napkin, it would probably come off.
Right.
Half of it would be on the face.
Right.
Blotting papers are actually for oily skin, but it works for perspiration.
This is from Rowena. I would like to know of a foundation or liquid makeup that is flawless. Well, and she's got that in all caps.
Right. All you have to do is make sure it's right for your skin. If you're buying a foundation that is powdery, and cakey and your skin is dry, it's going to not be flawless. It's going to look bad. So again, I can't say go buy this one. I mean, I make maybe 8 different formulas, and each formula has about 15 colors. So and the reason we make so many formulas is because we all have different skin types, and we all have different styles. Some people like a sheer, some people like more coverage.
Right.
So it really depends. So again, go to the counter.
This is from Jane. How do I disguise a turkey neck?
With a beautiful scarf. See the pink scarf? A beautiful scarf. There's no makeup that is going to do that. But what I like to do is get your attention away from, if your neck is bothering you, wear really good blush, or maybe put some false eyelashes on. Do something that's going to get your attention away from what bothers you.
And a scarf.
And a scarf.
This is from Sarah. What can I do for 55-year-old eyes? They're puffy and they have lines.
Well, first of all, if they're puffy, it's either heredity, or maybe you've had a food allergy, too much salt. You know, we all have things. There's no makeup out there. There's no product that depuffs. I know a lot of people sell them. I've never seen one that actually depuffs. Some people say you put ice on. Some people say you put tea bags. I think drinking a lot of water and putting lemon in, that kind of does a lot of, I do a lot of like cleansing things, you know, just a lot of peppermint tea, just kind of more of the healthy things that really do help the beauty things. And if you have lines, you have lines, you know. Yes, you can go get Botox, but then when you smile, they're not going to smile. And the reason you have lines is because you've smiled a lot. And I think I'd rather see people smiling. And that's why I made eyeliner, to make your eyes pop out so you won't notice the lines.
That's right, yeah. This is from David. Who was the most important mentor or influence in your success?
Well, I think that probably the current person I would say is my husband, because he's everything I'm not. He's brilliant, meaning, you know, book brilliant. He's an attorney. He's a developer. He's really, really smart, and he makes decisions not being emotional. And as a woman, I mean, I'm brilliant in my own way, but I make a lot of decisions with my emotions. So he's been very helpful. And then growing up, I watched my grandfather, Papa Sam, who sold cars. And he just used to, you know, I saw the way he worked with his customers and how hard his work ethic has probably come into me.
The work ethic is really something.
Huge.
Yeah.
People think it's easy.
I know.
You have to constantly reinvent, and every second you're doing something. You're thinking or working.
And you have to have a new dream all the
time.
time.
You do. Yeah. You have to reinvent.
Yeah, we talk about that a lot on our site, about women who kind of think, well, my dream kind of wore out, and I don't have a new dream. And
Well, I have a great story. My father is 75 years old now. At 70 years old, he retired from being a lawyer in Chicago. He walked out of his office and he started writing children's books.
Oh, how great.
So now he's got 7 children's books, and he did, you know, Scholastic published one or two, the rest he self-published. He did the Today Show and did the whole thing, but now he just goes 3 times a week to different schools in Chicago, reads to the kids, talks about imagination, gives every kid a book. He doesn't sell anything.
That's so great.
And I've never seen a happier man in my life.
That is great. Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful. That'll keep the wrinkles away.
Exactly.
This is from Valerie. I have an event, but I haven't been getting any sleep. What is the best way to reduce my under eye circles and puffiness in a pinch?
Corrector, concealer, and a nice pair of glasses.
and water. And water.
And water.
This is from Nanny. How do I know when I'm using too much makeup? Oh, Nanny, you know, don't you?
Well, it's either when you're looking in the mirror outside and you say, I don't look good, or when, you know, your kid or somebody looks at you and says, okay, blend.
You know, I like blend. I like to put my makeup on near a window. I really do like natural light.
Natural light, it's the most flattering, and it also is the truest.
Yeah. Because otherwise you could put your makeup on with really bright lights, and then you go outside and you look like you're a female impersonator. This is from Debbie. I'm 56, salt and pepper hair, a little more salt, light skin. What color eyeshadow works the best for me, do you think?
Well, I wish I knew what color eyes you have, but a lot of women with salt and pepper hair who have blue eyes look amazing with like a navy liner and a little bit of gray. If you have brown eyes and salt and pepper hair, you need more pinks. So it's not even the eyeshadow as much, it's more your cheek and your lips. So it really depends what your eye color is.
So you know everything.
Well, I've been doing makeup for 30-something years.
So much fun
I know
to hear
a
all
lot
this.
of the makeup things.
So much fun. Okay, this is from Evan. How do you know what color foundation you're supposed to pick? Well, you kind of told us.
Again, you try it on the side of the face and the forehead. That's it.
And Linda wants to know what's the best and most reasonably priced moisturizers for ladies over 40.
Well, there's a lot of good moisturizers on the market, a lot of not good moisturizers on the market. What makes a good moisturizer is one that is hydrating and also gives moisture. Because a lot of moisturizers on the market say in 28 days you'll have no lines, or in 2 weeks this will happen. Well, they don't really happen because I don't think there's a moisturizer on the market that gets rid of wrinkles.
What should we look for on the label that makes a good moisturizer?
Well, you know, it's also really important to be able to try it first, because I make sure that people at my counters can get a little free sample of a moisturizer and take it home.
Right.
Because it is expensive.
Right.
And so you've got to make sure that you try it and it works for your skin. And you know what? There's all different prices of moisturizers. And
is there an ingredient to look for?
Water is important,
right.
You know, making sure there's water, there's hyaluronic acid, there's vitamins in moisturizers, there's so many things, but you've got to make sure that it's one that really, feels good on your skin. I love moisturizers that have some aromatherapy in them, because I really do feel that it kind of calms everything.
Right.
And it just makes you feel good when you put it on, and it makes you, it's important to nurture yourself, so it makes you feel that you're nurturing yourself.
Right, well, good. So Lulu wants to know, how do I pair the new fall lipstick colors with eyeshadow?
You don't. You don't. It doesn't matter what lipstick colors match your eyeshadow. Eyeshadow should enhance your eyes and bring out your eyes, or it should just be fun. But I think if we get to a certain age, it's about eyeshadow that works with every single outfit.
Right.
And lipstick colors should change on your moods.
And shouldn't a shadow be a shadow as opposed to a color?
I think so. I believe so. I think color for shadows are great when you're young and you're, you know, a teenager, or you're in your 20s. But I think as we get older, again, you don't want to see the eyeshadow, you want to see your eyes.
Right.
Right? And that's it.
And the shadow's supposed to be enhancing your eye.
Right. The shadow does, it's, you know, it should be nature's job.
Yeah,
right?
That's right. This is something I've never heard of, so you can help me here. Rami says, I've heard about these BB creams and CC creams. Can you explain what they are and which one I need?
Yes.
What are they?
Well, you don't need either, but I'll tell you what they are.
Okay.
BB creams are the biggest things on the market. Now, BB creams
I'm so out of it.
It's called blemish balms or beauty balms. And what they are like 5 things in one. They are a foundation, a moisturizer, a sunscreen. I don't know. They do in one bottle.
I see.
But they are also not traditionally natural looking. We made one because of the demand and people that need a BB cream. And I say that's people that have interesting textures in their skin. So if you have a lot of texture, you might need one. My skin's dry, I won't touch it. CC creams are complexion creams, and it's a BB cream with more moisture. Do you need either of those? Absolutely not. Try them, and if you like them, but again, make sure you try things before you buy them. And if you buy in a department store, you can always bring things back. That's why I like women shopping in department stores.
Really? I mean, once you've opened it and it's broken the seal?
You've broken out or there's something, good department stores will take things back.
Oh, that's good to know. This is from Stacy. There's so many different shapes and approaches to eyebrows. How do I know what's best for me? And what is your advice when it comes to tweezing, waxing, threading, tattooing? How do I know when I'm doing too much or not enough? So let's start with the first question.
Well, first of all, no tattooing.
Okay.
No, you don't tattoo eyebrows, because what happens is you might start with a brown, but it's going to turn blue. Tattoos just change color.
I see that in people's eyeliner.
Right. It's all of a sudden you're wearing a blue liner, and I have to correct it. So no tattooing. It's too permanent. And I think tweezing is the best because you can control what you do. Waxing and threading, you have to go to someone else to do it, so you have to make sure they're good at it, number one. So the best shape is the shape that you naturally have. And you just clean between the center and under the brow bone. But if you've never done it before, go to a professional.
Well, I mean, and also, I mean, I have a niece who had very, very thick eyebrows, I mean, wide eyebrows. Yeah. And she went to a professional that really did a beautiful job, and now she has a template for what it should look like. Exactly.
Yeah. And I used to have those very thick, almost unibrow. I tweezed it so much that I don't have that strong brow anymore. I wish I did. You know, I love a strong brow in women.
Yeah, well, she needed it. And it looks great. It makes her eyes look much better. This is from Melissa. I have oily skin and my pores constantly get oil deposits. What can I do?
Well, you could properly clean your skin, and since your skin is oily, look for a gentle cleanser that will clean your skin without stripping it, and make sure that there are moisturizers on the market that will soften the look of pores. You can't change the shape of a pore, so it will soften the look, and the right foundation, which is oil-free, will also smooth the pores.
Okay, we only have time for a couple more. I'm getting the hook over here, so let me just, I want to get everybody's question in if I can. This is from Fran. Is there an age where you stop wearing different types of makeup, like eyeliner or eyeshadows, different eyeshadows? Well, you were saying that as you get older, you shouldn't be using colorful eyeshadows.
Right, right. No, but I think that there is never an age where you don't need it. I know a lot of women, and I have customers who are in their 90s and 100, and they might have trouble with lining their eyes, they might have trouble with eyeshadow, but they could take like a cream eyeshadow and just put a little bit on and put a little bit of mascara on. So I don't know anyone that doesn't feel better with a little
My mother
makeup.
died close to 90, and she always put her liner on. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, sometimes your eyesight is troublesome, so you've got to use a special.
She had a magnifying glass that had a magnifying glass over the magnifying glass.
You know what? Women that care about the way they look, I think, is the most important thing.
Yeah. She always looked great. She looked great. I loved that about her. This is from MW. I'm 68, and I have found, in capitals, some crisscross wrinkles on my face. All of a sudden at 68, that's good. With all the moisturizers out there, what really works?
Well, you want moisturizers that will hydrate your skin and plump your skin. So I like using a hydrating moisturizer that basically is very water-based and doesn't have a lot of actives in it, that just really does go inside. And because you want it to go inside so you are, you know, hydrated. Then you put a moisturizer that will help plump the skin, and that's when I use my Extra. It's a balm, it feels good, and it just lifts.
Plump, what do you mean plump?
We don't want to plump anything from here down.
Right.
But as we get older, we lose moisture in our face. Right. We lose collagen.
Does it really like plump?
Well, I notice a difference when I put it on. And I train my makeup artists to show women how it does make a difference. Because there's days where I just feel, you feel tired, you feel haggard, you feel tired. You put it on and you feel refreshed. And I don't want to say youthful, because I believe in ageless. I don't believe in, you know, being younger, because you can't.
And I always hate it when somebody said, "Oh, that makes you look so much younger," and I think, well, that's such an insult.
Hey, that means you usually look old.
Yeah,
right. I'm going to be ageless. I'm going to be immature and ageless.
You're going to be pretty
ageless. Pretty ageless.
That's right. If you're true to your book. And this is our last question, but I think you kind of answered it. It's from Sharon. Best kind in color eyeshadow for 40-something. I don't want to look too colorful, but I want to accentuate my eyes. So I think what you're saying is that the best color is what is most natural.
It's what's natural. And don't forget about eyeliner. Women think it's eyeshadow, but eyeliner is what really makes your eyes stand out.
And mascara.
And mascara. And mascara black. Very black, not brown. Brown mascara does nothing.
Even if you're a redhead or blonde?
Yeah, just a teeny bit of black, I think, is much better.
Well, we're out of time, and they're giving me all the 2 fingers and 1 finger. But let me just ask you this. Yeah. You're so great. You know everything. Aww. Is there anything that
I don't know? Yes.
Well, no. Is there any little piece of information that you want to tell us that we didn't get to the right
Probably
question?
my message. And my message is this, because I see women from all over the world, and they're always coming to me, and they're, you know, they just want to look and feel better. And breathe, and everyone could look and feel better. Take care of yourself. If you don't take care of yourself, no one else is going to. And be happy for where you are, not where you used to be. Because
that's great.
We got a long way to go in the future.
That's right. Be happy with where you are. Thank you. Thanks so much for coming.
Thank you. If my grandmother knew I was sitting here talking to that girl, I mean, really, I could keep thinking about Nana, because we used to watch you together.
Oh, how nice. Yeah. How sweet. Thank you for coming. Please come back. You're wonderful.
Thanks.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time.